Hi, everybody. I'm Susie Verde, and I would like to share some insights with regards to this beautiful full moon in Libra and how we can come home to ourselves, to our hearts in times of trouble. So, Libra is the sign of love and connection. It is the sign that symbolizes harmony and the possibility of finding resolution between opposites. It teaches us that there is much beyond black and white, so we cannot judge so harshly. And it calls us to go beyond our limited perspectives of what we think is right and wrong. Like poet Rumi said, there is so much between right and wrong, and our job is to find a common ground that can unite us in shared truth. That's where the healing process starts. So, we all talk about peace, and we don't sometimes understand that we can never find it without dealing first with what we don't like, either in ourselves, in others, or in the world. It is said that Libra is the sign connected with love, but we don't really understand what that means. We think of love as something that we want to get from the outside. And once we do, it will bring us infinite joy forever and ever. And if you think about it, this is super, super, super selfish. We rarely think of love as something we can actually give to ourselves, to the world, to others. And by giving love means it means stretching our views to include other people's perspectives in the game. Because it is only by being able to step into someone else's shoes that we can really understand any situation in its fullness. So, we're all in the middle of a pandemic, which is forcing us to do things differently, is moving us out of our comfort zones, and is building a lot of anger and arrest in a lot of people. So, this full moon is calling us to find new ways to think about what is bothering us, really, and trying to find the hidden gems in the situation, trying to find the lessons, because they always exist. Stop and think for a moment about things that you now can do that you couldn't before, or even deeper reflections that you may be now holding about where you are in life and where you want to go once this whole thing has passed and we come back to a new normal. A new normal, of course. I'm not suggesting that some people are not experiencing some pretty dramatic moments. But what I'm suggesting, though, is that we should practice the art of allowing for something different. The act of consciously working towards a more peaceful reality, because we need to move from polarization, from anger, and from toxic emotions which do not benefit anyone. I'm calling out for peace, which can only be found in the heart. Libra is the sign of peace, which can only be assessed once we have succeeded to fight our own dragons first. It is not about promoting it outside, but about finding it within. From this space, we start to see others differently, and whoever was our enemy becomes our teacher on the path. Well, so this full moon is speaking to us about the power of the sacred feminine. And this path is not about imposing our ego's will. We don't always need to be right. We just need to be lovingly authentic. And here's a thought: every full moon is an opposition. So it's important to remember that these things do not always come naturally to us. In fact, real love requires real practice. I have to confess, I kill some inner dragons of fear and doubt constantly, and the work is never over. And it's always requiring me to move deeper into the truth of my heart. So whenever I feel out of alignment, and it's so common these days that we feel out of alignment, I know it's time to step back and find silence within so that I can experience peace again. So, how about you? How have you been coping with this whole COVID crisis? If what I shared resonates with you, please drop me a line and let's start a conversation. I would love to hear from you. I'm Susie Verdi, and I hope to see you here again soon.